Good afternoon, and my name is Ankur Agarwal, and I am mentoring and guiding the student for last almost 17 plus years for a different competitive exams as well as for the higher education in the university. Okay? So yes, Vipul, please.
My name is Vipul Parashar and one of the director here, and 15 years of experience in teaching and corporate life. Yeah, Mr. Jitender.
Yeah, hi, I am Jitender and I am a teacher and I have been associated with EduShastra for last 10 years. I am a quant faculty and mentor.
Hi, Raz. Good afternoon, once again. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay. So, Raj, just tell us something about yourself.
Yeah. So, as you all know, my name is Dhundiraj Jogalekar. I am currently pursuing my IT undergraduate from KG Somaya College of Engineering, Mumbai, at Vidyavihar. So, I have been very interested in business from the second year of my engineering. So I thought it would be a good idea to appear for MBA entrance exams, and so I applied for CAT and different exams, and decided to pursue my dream to work in the finance sector.
Okay, right. So, Raz, can you elaborate a little bit about your internships and projects during your study?
Yes, sir. So I was part of different internships, out of which first was my college's in-house internship, in which we worked on a project which was for my college's portal, in which we designed a portal which will allow faculties to enroll into the portal. So after signing up, what they can do is they can let us know on which day they are not going to be able to take a lecture or take a class or practical. So depending on that, what our software will be doing is we will be scheduling a break for that faculty, and the other faculties will be filling it up. So because most of the times what used to happen is, suppose a faculty is not going to come on a particular day, then the faculty which is supposed to fill in on that day used to forget, because they have their own schedule, right? So they they know that they have a break from 1:30 to 2:30. So they used to forget that they have to fill up the class for the other faculty. So we designed our software in such a way that it will send a message to both the faculties. So the one is taking the leave as well as the one is supposed to fill in 10 minutes before the lecture starts, or 10 minutes before, so that they can properly fill in for the supposed lecture. Also, one mail used to go to HOD. So in that way, we scheduled we created a scheduler which will be helping to work efficiently.
Okay.
So that is my first internship. The second internship, yeah.
No, not to worry. Okay, done. So, Raz, you have done a lot of certification from Coursera, from different universities, Udemy, and also, right?
Yes.
So, Raz, you have done this one certification in a financial market, right?
Yes, sir.
So, can you tell me, in the stock market, what is concept of bull?
Yes, sir. So a bull is someone who is having a positive view for the future. So a bull is someone whose views are that a market is going to go up. So because the bull has his horns upwards, right? So bull is like a bull always hits you in the upward direction. So that's why that's why a bull is given a sign for the upward going market, or the improvement of the stock index as well as the rates of the stock. Whereas a bear who always claws downwards, it's supposed to take the market down. So bear is someone who is having a negative view on the market, or on the financial situation. So his views are that the market is going to go down.
Okay. And you have this one certification that is from Udemy, that is a become a super learner,
Yes, sir.
right? So what are the different techniques to learn something?
Yes, sir. So that course I particularly took because I wanted to learn speed learning, speed reading basically. So that course has different strategies for super learning, from which like one of the strategies is mind mapping. So mind mapping is a way in which we can draw a central circle, and spirally outward we can draw the graph with connected lines, and that helps us easily remember as well as easily take notes. So so that is one way to learn, not just with speed but as well as with more retention. The second, as I said, mainly I was focusing on speed reading. So there are different techniques of speed reading which are mentioned, out of which first is we have to make minimum number of pauses on a particular page. So suppose there is a line. Generally what we tend to do is we go and pause on each word. So it is not a it is not a conscious thing, but we subconsciously do that. So we have to focus on 2 or 3 points. So as our focus increases, we can decrease the number of focal points on a particular line, and using that we can increase the speed. As well as there is other one thing called sub vocalization.
Yes.
So what is sub vocalization is
okay, just so what is your reading speed from now?
Yeah, so my English reading speed was 250, which is average. So currently I can read around 450, which is not that high, but I'm currently also working. So around 450, 500 is my reading speed right now.
Okay. And you are also learning presently the Spanish.
Yes, sir. Currently I have given a stop, but yeah, I'm learning Spanish.
So why have you chosen this language, Spanish? Something attractive? Because see, Mandarin, Chinese, the first one all across, right? Then you're coming to the French, then maybe the Japanese is the more required in India nowadays, right? But why have you selected the Spanish?
Yes, sir. So I mean, the reason for the selection of Spanish may sound silly, but like some 7-8 months ago, I came across a very famous Netflix series called La Casa de Papel or Money Heist. And while like I generally like to watch any series I am watching, I like to watch in the original language, because I believe that when we watch it originally with subtitles, we can easily comprehend what the actor is trying to imply. So I started watching it in English because I didn't understand Spanish. So I thought, hey, it would be really cool to learn Spanish. But as well as I knew a stat that like most of the South American countries, as well as the second language in America as well, is Spanish. So the second most spoken language across the globe is also Spanish. So that also nudged me towards learning Spanish.
Okay. So have you heard the song Despacito?
Yes, yeah, I have heard.
Okay. So this is I suppose a Spanish song.
Yes.
Right.
It's from Louis Fonsi.
Yeah.
If I'm correct.
Yes. So can you give me some theme about this song? Like what is the theme? What is the gist of this song?
Sir, I'm not exactly aware. Like I have just heard it once here or there. And that too 1 or 2 years ago, before I started learning.
Okay. Right. Yes, Vipul sir.
Yes, Mr. Raj.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Mr. Raj, I just need your definition of leadership. How do you define leader?
Yes, sir. So a leader is someone who considers the perspective of everyone from his team, takes everyone's opinion into consideration before making decision. But after having made the decision, sticks to it and backs the decision which he has taken. So he or she has taken. So a leader is someone who is if I in a success, who is standing behind the team. Whereas when there is a failure occurs, a leader is standing in front always and takes everything on his shoulders.
Okay. Can I call Hitler as a good leader?
No, because Hitler stood in front when his fascist party was winning. But when it was time to lose the war, like when it came that it was very crystal clear that they are going to lose, he stood back and killed himself, which was not a move which was not the move which was supposed to help the group or pack which he was leading. So he abandoned his party, he abandoned his people, and choose the better way out when it came to the real situation.
No, he killed himself when he was defeated, isn't it?
Sorry, sir, I was not able to hear.
Hitler killed himself.
Yes,
did a
sir.
suicide only when the Axis powers reached their gate. That is when they were all totally defeated. When it reached their hiding space, then only he did a suicide. So we can call him a good leader, isn't it?
No, sir, because sir, he was not a good leader because of that he did not care about the other members of the team as well. So
carrying one name, the definition you gave right now,
yes, sir,
actually fits totally very beautifully with Mr. Hitler's way of working. And when you look at the definition you made, totally talking about the words you used and the points you raised, actually it fits very well with Mr. Hitler's leadership.
So no, it doesn't fit with the Hitler's leadership, because every time when a war would break, Hitler would send his armies, and not that. So if you want to fit someone in the same definition, Napoleon would be a better example. I'm not saying that, because Napoleon used to not only just stand his ground every time, but he also used to lead his armies, especially when the situation was worse for his country, for the France.
Leading an army, does it mean standing in the front of the army or fighting, or is it like leadership? Leadership has nothing to do with the fight, isn't it?
Yes, sir. A leader must not actually participate in the battle. But a leader should be at least with his comrades when they are like looking for some support, right? Leader should not hide in a hole away from the country, or somewhere where he is safe and his teammates or his soldiers are fighting.
Are you a good leader?
I should hope so, sir.
Okay, let's say you are made the Prime Minister of India for one day today. What are the 5 decisions you are going to take, and how it is different from what Mr. Narendra Modi is doing?
Yes, sir. Can I think for a second?
Take your time. Take your time.
Yes, sir.
It's all yours.
Yes, sir. So some of the firstly, I would like to say that really Mr. Narendra Modi is doing really a great job. But if given a chance, I would like to first of all speak for whatever is happening in the country. Like most of the time, Mr. Narendra Modi gets blamed for not speaking up. Like he generally speaks when it is actually when the time for him is right to when the time is right for him to speak, rather than when it is required to speak up.
Please keep the answer to your leadership.
Yes, sir.
I don't want to comment anyone else.
Sure, sir. So firstly, I would like to start some actual campaign which is beneficial in a way that like so if someone like yeah, let me explain. Like if someone is making an effort to make his city clean, or make his surroundings clean, then I would like to have a program which benefits that kind of behavior. So like because we are having Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, and as you can see, the benefits of it are to extent. Like we can't say that India is clean as much as we would have liked when we started the mission. So I would like to,
You will clean India. That's what you're saying.
yeah, the first, not that I will be cleaning India, but there will be some like say financial incentive or some kind of incentive for the people who are making a clear effort for the cleanliness of their surroundings,
Got the
or going out of their way. So that is the first scheme, as I said. The second one would be for the education system. Like we have seen that the new education policy will be implemented in coming years, but I would like to have a actually better education policy in terms of the education of standard from which are high school as well as middle school, like standard 5th to standard 10th, because what we currently have is not a proper way to judge a particular kid. Like we are having a 75% attendance compulsion and marks for the attendance, these kind of things. But what I would rather like to have is correlation between the amount of work done and marks rather than attendance and marks. Because a student should not be because if I'm like, let's say that I'm required to have 10 days of attendance, so I'm doing the work which I'm supposed to do in 10 days. But if a student is capable of or wants to do it in 5-6 days, then so I will be judging on the amount of work done rather than the attendance. As well as the third one is also, so that is the second change, which is not that easy to implement, but I would like to have that in the education system. The third one is I would like to have a proper sports program for the students. So the idea would be like every student has to pick a sport of his or her choice. For that, we will have to, of course, build the infrastructure and put the things into the perspective. But I would like that every student picks a sport and tries to be as good as it so there will be proper functionality involved, and a sport will be treated as equally and as importantly as a subject is. Because we can see our sports culture, even though it is growing and we had the best Olympics ever, still we are not up to the mark or where we are supposed to be. So that will be another important change. Then there will be, so the fourth one will be depending on the fourth one will be with in regard with the roads and other roads and all the things which we do around the metropolitan. So what we do is we put out a tender and
yeah, Mr. Raj.
yes, sir.
There's a difference between a one-day prime minister and your May-day prime minister. What I was looking was in a one day, you can only do the short.
Yes, sir. Yes, I'm aware, but I would like to start in.
See, I understand. Try to understand the complexity of the question actually. The complexity of the question stands at prime minister
Sir, I'm not able to.
or leader points. Do a leadership which will be maybe for 5 to 10 years, or maybe for. When you are a prime minister for a one day, then you make decisions which are impacting then and there. And the second point is it should be event. I think should be coming on the Corona thing. Okay, but then also I understood the answer of yours, and now Mr. Jiten can do. Yes, Mr. Jiten.
Yeah, Raj. So you said Hitler was not a good leader and Napoleon was. So they were past. So can you tell me in the modern corporate context or in the political context, who is a ideal leader at present now? In
Yes,
corporate
sir.
or in politics or anywhere, sports, anywhere.
Yes, sir. So one name, like I would like to say, uh, like there are like really different good leaders, but some of them, if I have to select some of them, uh, I would like to go with uh, the CEO of uh, Tesla, Elon Musk, who is also like the definition I gave. Elon Musk, who is not just the CEO of the company, but he is also involved in the engineering department of developing and improving Teslas, as well as he has been the part of the failure of that Falcon rocket which they were launching, right? Which is there. So I would like to say that like Elon Musk would be a really good example, because now he's after the struggle of 20 or 25 years, like right from PayPal, right now he's gained a considerable amount of popularity, as well as he is the world's richest man currently. But he had seen the worst of it as well, and at that time he stuck with his mission, he stuck with his team, and that's how he has developed a great team, as well as the rocket which could land and which can be reused. I think that rocket had 7 or 8 failed attempts.
Okay. So Elon Musk is your answer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in your resume, I have seen you have worked with Tech Mahindra
Yes, sir.
and as an internee, and also you have worked with some other companies that were not as big as Tech Mahindra. So what difference did you find in working with the legacy company and new company startups?
Yes, sir. Firstly, I would like to say that whenever we work with startups, the exposure to learning new things is considerably high. Because in the startups, most of the things we have to do by ourselves. There is not a laid structure or foundation from which we can follow. So that was really good. That when I worked with those 2 startups, I got to learn different new things. In the startup, I had to do everything by myself. So I had to even do the data science side, and as well as the website side of the thing. Whereas with Tech Mahindra, I got to I got to learn how a job actually would look like. How I have to be informing everything every day. There used to be meets every day at 5:30. So even though the amount of work done was not that much compared to startup, I got to learn the framework of everyday work as a as an IT engineer, as well as I got to I got to learn different new courses because Tech Mahindra had their Udemy account for us, so that was also beneficial for me.
Okay. So Raj, so Tech Mahindra, you have got like you want what you want to say is that you got Udemy account, and there was like a benefit in Tech Mahindra, and the benefit for startup was you learned new things, right?
Yes.
Okay, fine.
As
So
well as I got to learn a pedagogy, right? Like how we are supposed to get approval for a project. Like there were 3-4 steps, so that was benefit of working with Tech Mahindra.
okay. So data. So there is a lot of surge in people looking for data sciences, big data analytics. So why is that? Like, why are more and more people leaving their core jobs and doing courses of big data, data analytics? Why is that so surge?
Yes, sir. So currently, as they say, the fuel of 21st century is going to be data.
Okay.
That because every day, everywhere we are suppose we open a phone and we search on Google, we are generating data. Whatever we are doing, everything is kind of like whatever we are doing online on internet, everything is getting stored, and everything is almost everything is getting reused to have a proper analytical to have a proper analysis of a user, so that there can be proper recommendations, proper help, or proper filtering and bifurcation for a user. So this you also must have observed that if you look up something on Amazon, and suppose we are looking for a laptop on Amazon, and 2-3 days after you are looking on a different website, and if there are ads, we will see the ads for laptops pop up. This is happening because of the data which we are providing, and using that data there will be personalized suggestions and customization for everyone. So this field is growing absolutely exponentially, and that's why I think many of the people are opting for the jobs which are related with the data.
Okay, so you have also given a term game theory. So can you just briefly tell us what is game theory?
Yes, sir. So game theory basically it's something when we consider two parties, and both the parties have to make decisions independently, but the outcome of their decisions are interdependent. The very famous example of game theory is the prisoner's dilemma, in which like there are so can I explain the game?
Yeah.
So every situation is called a game. So there are two robbers, and police caught them, and police are absolutely convinced that these guys have robbed the bank, but the robbers are denying it. So what they do is they put both of the robbers in different cells where there is no contact between the robbers, and they make both of them individually offers. So the offers are like this: if the first robber says I did not rob the bank, as well as the second robber says I did not rob the bank, then both of the guys will get a sentence of 1 year, and then they can go. But if robber 1 says I did not rob the bank, whereas robber 2 says I robbed the bank, then the robber 2 who says yes will be getting the punishment for 10 years. Whereas both of them if both of them disagree, then both of them can walk away free. So in this situation, what we have to do is we are not taking the decision only considering our own decision, but we have to also consider what the other person is going to play or going to do. So that is basically game theory.
Okay. So Raj, this is it from my side. Over to Ankur sir.
Hi Raj, welcome back.
Hello, sir.
So just relax and now. So tell me, how do you feel about this interview?
Yes, sir. So one thing, like I thought that I could have given a better answer for a leader. What is a leader? Because as soon as sir questioned me about the Hitler, I got to know that there should also be a positive influence associated with a leader as well. That's what I thought.
Okay. So Raj, I suppose the resume which you have shared with us is for your say college for placement purpose, something like.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because I did not have a proper resume prepared, so I shared the same.
Okay, not to worry. So just a little bit modify it, right? So there are 2-3 things you have to take care in this. First, include the branch of your engineering, right? So there is a no mention for the branch. Which
Yes,
branch you are, right?
sir. I actually had the branch, but then I removed it because I thought like it was not relevant. Okay, sir, I will add.
Right. Second thing, just check the width of the columns as well as the width of the rows, because there are some columns and rows are having a text wrapped to the other, right? So
Okay, sir.
that
I'll
does not look good, right? Otherwise, the rest thing is okay. And when you come down, so see, in a hobby, you have acting, reading, writing, poetry, making memes, playing chess, watching a sport, web series, right? So this seems to be like you have mentioned the hobbies of entire family, right? So,
But sir, like I actually do these things on a
yeah,
daily basis.
that is okay, but right, any two or three,
Okay, sir.
maximum three, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yes, sir. Yes.
see, when you are in an interview, and if I keep asking questions, so you may
Yes.
stuck somewhere, right? Because you have a lot of data, right?
Yes, sir.
So you have,
I'll short it down.
yeah, so you have written the chess in a sport as well as you have written the chess in a hobby, right? So keep it at a one place,
Okay, sir.
right? And yes, rest the things are okay in the resume, so just modify accordingly, right? And also include your address and everything. All these things are there, right? So yes, and do not use the red color,
Okay, sir.
right?
Yes, yes, sir.
Maybe you can use the black, you can highlight, you can make the font bold, but do not use the red color in your resume, right? Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now, talking about the say all these things, internship and everything. So you should not go in a detail. You should be giving a briefs, right? If I talk about the internship, so what is the internship? What is the purpose of the internship? What can be the front and back end tools of the internship, right? After the internship, what can be the benefits to the and who are the beneficiaries of this your project and everything, right? So just give a briefs, not the details,
Okay, sir.
right? And yes, otherwise rest everything is done. Rest everything was good, and you have done a lot of certification and you have the knowledge of all the certifications, right? So yes, everything was very fine, very good.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, we will start.
We will close now. Yeah, Mr. Raj, just adding to the point you made, Hitler was a good leader. Leadership
Yes.
and morals are two different things.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Chalo, bye-bye. Bye to all.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank
Have a good day. Yes.